Hi, and welcome to Be My Cook. Today we're going to be making a peach and fresh raspberry cobbler. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm going to show you step by step how to make this wonderful cobbler, so stay tuned. So our first step is preparing the dish that we're going to put our cobbler in. Now I have a 6-inch cast iron pan here, and I just have it on a tray with some parchment paper. If you don't have parchment paper, you can use foil. And I put a little bit of olive oil in my pan. If you're going to use a casserole dish, you can use about an 8 to 9-inch casserole dish as well. Our second step is getting our peaches and raspberries ready. Now I have in this bowl a package and a quarter of some frozen peaches, and I'm just letting them thaw out in a bowl. If you want to do this the night before, just leave them in the package, put them in the refrigerator, and leave them there until you're ready. So our second step is we're going to make the topping for our cobbler. So I'm going to start off with some flour and some sugar, some salt, baking powder, and let's give this a stir. In the meantime, go ahead and put your oven at 400 degrees. Now we're going to go ahead and add our butter. And we're going to use a pastry cutter, and we're just going to cut the butter into the flour and sugar mixture until it resembles somewhat of a crumble, and then I'll show you the next step. So this is what it looks like. It's just like a crumble. Now we're going to go ahead and add some sliced almonds. Let's stir that around, and some water. And we're just going to stir this until it gets moist. Now the water that I put in here was warm water because I want some of that butter to melt a little bit so that we have these big chunks. Now we're just going to stir this around and get it ready because this cobbler goes pretty fast. We're done with this. Now we're going to start on the fruit part. So in our next step, we're going to take a stock pot. Now from my frozen peaches, I got some juice, and it's about a 1/4 cup. And I'm going to add that to our pot. I'm also going to use some lemon juice. And we're going to add some cornstarch to make our thickener. As soon as this comes together and our cornstarch has dissolved, we'll be ready to add the next few ingredients. Okay, let's add our sugar. Let's get this on low heat. Let's add some salt, just a pinch. Now we're going to go ahead and add our peaches. And let's start to stir this around. Get all the peaches coated with the sugar. Now let's turn up the heat a little bit to about medium because we want to get this to start to boil. And we're going to cook it for about 2 to 3 minutes just to make sure that it's thickened. Let me show you what I have here. So our peaches have come to a boil. Now we're just going to lower the heat, and we're going to simmer for about 3 minutes until it gets thick. Okay, my peaches have really started to thicken, and I'm going to take it off the heat now. So now it's perfect. It's not too runny, and it'll be just fine in our pan. I'm going to go ahead and add some extracts, which is a little bit of almond extract and a little bit of vanilla. Let's stir that in, and I'll show you the next step. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and pour the peaches in our pan. Now I'm going to take our fresh raspberries and add those to the top. I didn't want to cook the raspberries in with the peaches because they're too delicate, but I do want them in my cobbler. So they're just going to go right on top. We're going to take the topping that we made, and we're going to go ahead and dollop that on. Kind of squeeze it into bigger chunks all around our cobbler. You see how easy this is? There's nothing to it. All right, we are ready for the oven. We're going to cook this at 400 degrees for 25 minutes. So here is our easy peach and fresh raspberry cobbler. All that crumble on the top with the fresh fruit at the bottom. You can make this, it's so easy. And also you can use any kind of fruit that you'd like. So if you'd like to see more recipes from me, go ahead and subscribe, like, and share. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.